I don't like this track. It's like it's got a dialogue under. Hey Kyle. Yeah, I'm gonna rate my sleep in just a moment. So if you see my sleep chart from last night, got 9 hours 6 minutes of sleep, so that was way ahead of goal. Considering the night before I only got 5 hours of sleep, I think I kind of proved the idea of sleep debt in a way. Got 5 hours one night, 9 hours the next. Alright, so you don't know how this goes? Welcome. Basically, I live stream my sleep apnea treatment. I'm going to show you what that looks like right now. So here's the footage from my sleep apnea treatment from last night. And yeah, here's the time lapse I just posted to TikTok Live. I'm not TikTok. Yeah, it's the latest video on my TikTok page. Doing alright. It's only got like a dozen views right now, but you know, eventually it'll push out. Nope, not a dozen. 126 views. Alright, so eventually people start clicking on the live from that. Just tap some hearts, send some love. I can explain to you what we're about to do. So yeah, basically I live stream my sleep apnea treatment, so that's what you're seeing behind me right now. And here on TikTok Live, I can take the video and compare it to my sleep tracker. So I sleep track with the Apple Watch. That's what's giving me this chart right here. Scoot boot, you wake up tired. I think a lot of people do, but you know, if you have any like sleep issues, there's always answers to that. Yeah, specific one I'm going to talk about is sleep apnea. So, do I wake up less tired after CPAP? Definitely. I mean, compared to my life before sleep apnea treatment, it's the type of sleep I get now is like night and day different than the type of sleep I got. I'm the type I'm getting now is so much better than what I used to get. So I'm trying to say, Joel, they recommend to sleep on your side. Oh, so I sleep on my back. Yeah. So with the treatment, with sleep apnea treatment, basically I can sleep in any position, and the hose takes care of the apneas. So anytime my airway will close up, possibly from sleeping on my back, the pressurized air from the machine right here is going to travel up the hose into my mask and basically keep my airway open. So I've basically earned the right to sleep on my back. Side sleeping's a little more ideal for anyone who's not treating their sleep apnea or have mild sleep apnea. Some people will only get diagnosed with mild sleep apnea and then be told basically the way to address it is to stop sleeping on your back. So sleeping on your back, the best way I can, Snuggie, yes, it is good relief. Best way I can describe this phenomenon is with my hands. Scoot bagoot, have I ever considered the implant? No. Not looking for surgery now. So just measuring airway looks like this. So this is the back of my neck and this is the front. So when you sleep on your back, your tongue and all the other soft tissues, they kind of collapse, and gravity kind of helps it collapse. So that's what's happening when you sleep on your back. Now if you sleep on your side, the oval shape is turned this way, and now it doesn't quite close the same way. Also the same if you sleep on your stomach. This is the back of your neck, so that's the hard part, and then everything else kind of gravity kind of just helps keep it open. So sleeping on your back is the worst position to be if you have undiagnosed or untreated sleep apnea. But since I'm treating my sleep apnea, I can sleep on any side I wish, because basically what's keeping my airway open is the pressure from the machine. So yeah, that's basically that's the basics of how the the sleep apnea treatment works. Joel, so long as you wear your mask, you'll sleep on your side, back should be fine. Yeah. Basically, when you sleep on your back, um, yeah, like most of the night, yeah, like here I might like I try to start sleeping on my side, but usually it takes me lying on my back before I actually fall asleep. See, most of the night I'm on my back, and yeah, so the machine is providing a constant supply of air as well as pressurized air, so that the airway doesn't close up, and that again, that's regardless of posture. Snuggie, is that a weighted blanket? Yes, it's a 20-pound weighted blanket. Yeah, it's a really nice one. It's really comfortable. People say, "Oh, how can you sleep with such a light blanket?" It's like, nope, it's 20 pounds. It's a really heavy blanket. It's good, Kaboo. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. All right, so I'm gonna let this time lapse play a little more. So basically, if you were here from my last live, hey, is it bad to sleep with a lot of pillows? Not necessarily. I mean, if you have sleep apnea and you're treating it with machine, what you want to do is maybe like try to get your pillows to the point where you're ideally sleeping on your side, but I don't know. Pillows are different for different people, so if you, yeah, if you have sleep apnea and you're not treating it, definitely try to find those pillows that will help you sleep on your side. But if you're treating it like I am, I can set up a little pillow fort. Joel, do you take anything to fall asleep? I do. My doctor gives me a prescription for a substance that I'm not going to mention on stream because that's easy way to get my stream content flagged. It's not illegal. It's obviously prescription, but I'm not gonna discuss specific ones. Yeah, and basically these days, as long as I take my prescription, I usually don't take too long to fall asleep. In fact, that's probably a good segue to my sleep review. So I'm gonna go back to the beginning of the night, and this is so I get into bed. No, I'm not gonna give any clues, Joel. All right, so I get into bed, start my live stream around 9:46. So basically, I live stream my sleep apnea treatment. So basically, what you saw me was waving to my live stream audience, whatever few people watch me on live. I also co-stream on Twitch too. I play Pokemon Sleep, so that's another thing. Am I the avatar? No. I'm just I'm me, and this is past me, or me from last night, who is... Alright, so the first thing I'm doing right now before getting into bed, may be a good chance to show you this, is I'm running a fit check on the mask. So I'm going to zoom in like a little bit. Hey, Kenobi, for naps, yes, I would do the same process if I was taking a nap. So basically right now I'm putting on my mask, but I'm not user, thank you for that. I'm not going to bed quite yet because I'm running a fit check. So basically what I'm doing is I put the mask on. Now make sure the straps are secure, and then I put the hose in and run the thing in fit mode. So it's a little hard to see because the camera's washed out, but on the screen it's gonna either give me a green smiley face for good seal or a red frowny face for bad seal. Now, yeah, it's giving me a red sad face. So what did I do? Did I wait? Did I remember this right? No, something else is up. Okay. Anyway, so I put on the rest of the stuff. The chin strap, which is I can talk about later, something else I put on, and then I put on the headphones and the AirPods Max. And then next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start the machine up, and oh yeah, so I did have like a little bit of a leak, and I didn't actually. It wasn't a big enough of a leak for it to like you know, change the fit check from like green to red, but I noticed something was off. So yes, I sleep with the headphones on, basically because I've discovered that noises would wake me up at night. So let me see if I think I'm gonna go back to the machine shortly because I realize something's wrong. Yeah, something's definitely wrong at this point because I'm feeling the pressure coming out. It's like this is wrong, and so I think I might like yeah. Okay, so here you might be able to see the fit check screen a little bit easier. So if you see, oh, let me pull it into frame. That might help you guys see this. Funny number, yeah. I'll hear you out. Best sleep ever? Unaliving maybe? No, that's a dark joke. Check it out. Okay, so right now I'm running the fit check one more time, and you're gonna hopefully be able to see the red face. Yeah, it's giving you the red face, telling me that there's a fault in the mask. So I'm checking all my straps, checking the hose, and then do you know what it was? The tank. The tank was just slightly out. So I gave the tank a little boop, and then it started working again. All right, so I'm off and running. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to sleep. Basically, I did derp around my phone for a little while, so I don't think I actually sleep yet until like 10 o'clock. I don't seriously try to get to sleep, so it's 5 more minutes. I think it's because on my Pokemon Sleep, the sleep tracking game, I had to like turn on Pikachu at 10 sharp. It's a long story. It's how Pokemon Sleep works. All right, so 10 o'clock. Pikachu's gonna sing a little lullaby. Maybe you can hear it. Maybe not. All right. Either way. Um, yep. So Pikachu, Pokemon Sleep. That's the other component of my sleep health that's helped me out lately. All right. So getting a little drowsy, so you can see my eyes are starting to droop a little. But at what point do I actually fall asleep? Now I'm going to refer back to my sleep tracking information. So I'm going to see when the first moment sleep is recorded. So it detected that I fell asleep at 10:16. So right now, oops, it's 10 something. So 10:05 on the recording. I'm going to go out, fast forward the next 10 minutes. What would happen if I fall asleep without the mask on? Basically, I would go to sleep without treating my sleep apnea. And so sleep apnea is a sleep disorder which causes the airway to close. Now, the most common symptom is when the airway closes partially, it creates a snoring sound. So the most common symptom of sleep apnea is snoring. And the most dangerous symptom of sleep apnea is the apnea part. It's when you actually stop breathing. So if I go to sleep without the mask, basically I would stop breathing periodically throughout the night. And that would deprive my brain and body of oxygen and would be not a very bad time. Now, luckily, I haven't had to go to like a night's sleep without treatment. I might just accidentally take a nap without the mask on, and that's even then it's like waking up from the worst nap ever. Like, ugh, that nap was pointless. Peter, how often do I use melatonin? Basically never. I basically don't use any over-the-counter sleep aids. I did mention I have a prescription sleep aid, which I'm not going to say what it is because I don't want to get this stream content flagged, but just FYI, just so you know, it's from a doctor. All right, so 10:16 it says I fell asleep. So let's see, 5 minutes from now I should be asleep. Okay, so here I am, like bundled up. I pulled the eye mask down, and in the 5 minutes from this point of the recording, I'll fast forward. I should be sound asleep. Now that I think is awake me. I think I remember, flopping down on my back and getting the blanket all good. And 2 more minutes, I should be out. Cool. This is asleep me. Again, there's some signs that I'm asleep. I mean, basically, being able to hold this pose without like fidgeting is a sign that I'm asleep. That's one of those things where like I go watch myself. Yeah, yeah, I'm definitely asleep. So sleep tracker says I was asleep for let's see, 16 to 33, and then I dip into deep sleep at 10:33. So let's skip to that. So 10:33. That's some deep sleep. Let's see. Anyway, if you're just joining me, what you're seeing behind me is a replay of my last night's live stream. I live streamed my sleep apnea treatment. That's basically the white mask and the machine right here. And here on TikTok Live, I basically review the footage and I'll give you a little play-by-play of my sleep. So now I said I didn't move around that much. I'm basically not gonna move around for a whole while. So let's see. Close this. This is the time lapse. Okay, over here. So basically, I'm in deep sleep for about 8 minutes, and I think it's just an extension of just me just like really dipping into a. It doesn't look comfortable with all that on. I would show you it is. I'm first of all, it is a 20-pound weighted blanket, so it's nice and snuggly. The sleep apnea mask itself is part of my treatment. That's it by itself. Again, it takes a little while to get comfortable. Chin strap is there to give it some extra support. AirPods Max, my noise canceling headphones to let me sleep in like quiet. And then the eye mask is for darkness. Tyler, have I ever heard about night terrors? No, I have never experienced night terrors. I experienced sleep paralysis once. That's actually the second pinned video on my TikTok if you want to hear my story about sleep paralysis. But no, I never had night terrors. What device tells me I'm in deep sleep? Okay, so I'm sleep tracking with my Apple Watch. So the Apple Watch basically is recording all these different sleep phases. So deep sleep from 10:33 to 10:41, and then there's a little interesting. It says I was awake from 10:41 to 10:43. So let's see if that's true. That's actually right here on this part of the recording. The headphones you can't turn on your side or not. Actually, I can. My pillows are actually, so I'm sleeping between. Even though it looks like one continuous black pillow, this is one big black pillow right here and a smaller one right here. So it's actually two pillows. So I have like a little bit of a canyon I can like turn into. So, all right. So why did I think I was awake? So I think it's because my Apple Watch is on that arm right there, and it's picking up a 20-pound weighted blanket. So because it's the weighted blanket, it misinterpreted that moment as me being awake. So these 2 minutes I can take back and say, hey, I was actually awake for those 2 minutes. And that basically, I mean, I rounded down to like 9 hours of sleep. I'm at 9 hours and 6 minutes now. All right, so let's go with the next phase. Actually, let's look at the next time it says I was awake. It said I woke up at oh yeah, I did wake up at 11. I remember this now. Okay, so 11 o'clock, I wake up. So I'm clearly asleep here. Like there's basically some twitches and things that I basically don't do when I'm awake. Now I remember getting the bed, like waking up at 11. I'm like, ugh, I only fell asleep for an hour, and I kind of got annoyed. So there's a cut coming. Here comes shortly. So let me see actually what woke me up at 11. So waking up an hour into sleeping is weird for me, but I think it was just maybe like something wasn't quite right yet, but let's see. All right, at some point something wakes me up and I'm curious what it is. So I'm gonna actually turn off the music for a moment. I'm gonna turn up the noise from the stream recording. I just want to listen to what, if anything, woke me up. So let's see. Maybe it's just the sounds might be me just moving around, or I've been having some like coughing fits, so maybe it's that. No, actually, no. I just lifted my eye mask up and realized I'm awake. Oh, so that sucks. Wait, what is this? Yeah. So nothing in particular woke me up. It was just like, I looked at the clock, realized it was 11, and I'm like, okay. And then I turned to my side, and Okay, there is a cut coming, so I decide to get out of bed. 11:06. I decide to get out of bed, and then we see. Sorry about that noise. So I pause the live stream and basically come back 2 minutes later. So 11:06 to 11:08. Probably got up and used the restroom or something. All right. So that explains me being awake from 10:59 to 11:21. So basically, I'll be asleep in like 13 minutes. Moran Reyes, what causes sleep apnea and why do I have sleep apnea? Sleep apnea is a sleep disorder. So there's a number of things that can cause you to develop it as a sleep disorder. There's a genetic component to it, so it does tend to run in families. And for some people, it's weight related. So if you gain weight, some of the fat will accumulate around the neck, and that puts pressure on the airway, and that's what could possibly cause you to develop sleep apnea at a later age. For me, I might have had it since I was a kid because I was only diagnosed in my 30s, but I knew I was a snorer since I was like in grade school, so it's possible that I had pediatric sleep apnea and just never knew about it. My parents never thought to get me tested for it. All right, so 11:09 on recording. Ooh, unalivings from sleep apnea. Probably not directly from sleep apnea, but if you I'm gonna describe how sleep apnea works. Basically, sleep apnea deprives your brain and body of oxygen, so that may not like unalive you in the short term. I mean, I'm sure there's some cases where someone might unalive from a bad night of sleep apnea, but what it does is deprive your brain and body of oxygen, so any cardiovascular issues can be exacerbated by sleep apnea. So like things like high blood pressure, heart disease, things like that. All that can kind of contribute to accelerating, unaliving from any of those particular disorder, related disorders. Let's see, do people with sleep apnea have to sleep with CPAP forever? Not necessarily. Some people can get better from like weight loss or surgery, so it's not a forever thing. For me, I can accept it. It might be a thing I have to do for the rest of my life. At least I know I'm getting like quality sleep between now and then. What else? Do I play music on my headphones or is it completely silent? I'm actually listening to a YouTube playlist. It's two guys talking about Star Trek Next Generation, and that's my go-to comfort listen. General Senegal, really appreciate the info. Yeah. Thank you for being here. Is your sleep apnea genetic? It's possible. Now, my father died of heart disease at an early age, so I don't know. He never got diagnosed with sleep apnea, so basically heart disease unalived him before there was a chance for that. But I remember like the way he snored. I mean, it definitely sounded like someone with sleep apnea in retrospect. Do I notice anything from day to day? Basically, when my sleep apnea was untreated, I would basically have continuous daytime sleepiness. It was like nonstop. It was like caffeine wouldn't help. Like caffeine, like you would need caffeine just basically even like be mildly functional. But like things like falling asleep at the wheel were things you'd be afraid of. Macario asks, how to get used to breathing with it? You have to be extremely tired. That's a good move. You want to put it on basically when you're ready to go to sleep. Oh, and you close your eyes and you wake up without. So you mean you wake up without the mask? Interesting. Is that right, Macario? You go to sleep with the mask and you wake up without it. All right. Do I have any other health conditions? Probably a few. pre-diabetes. I don't have type 2 diabetes quite yet, but I'm on that road if I don't cut the sugar out. I'm basically off sugar, hopefully, for the time being. Yeah, Macario, if you have that sensation of you like going to sleep with the mask and then you wake up and then the mask is off. Interesting. Before you using the machine, you felt like you don't sleep. You close your eyes and just wake up. Yeah, that's common sensation of people who are living with undiagnosed sleep apnea. They go to sleep and they wake up feeling like either they didn't sleep or they felt. For me, like sleeping made it feel worse. And once you understand how sleep apnea works, basically sleep apnea stops you from breathing periodically throughout the night. And for me, I had severe sleep apnea. So my AHI, my apnea hypopnea index, basically how many times my breathing would stop or go shallow at night, would be 70 times per hour. So when I was sleeping, more than once a minute, I would stop breathing. And that was basically untenable. Basically, sleeping was doing more harm than good in a way. So people would tell me, "Oh yeah, just get some more sleep. You should feel better." I'm like, no, it does not. So, but unfortunately, that's a vicious cycle. Like if you go to sleep, if you go without sleep, you're sleep deprivation and all that. But then you go to sleep with sleep apnea, you're basically damaging yourself. So it's this constant vicious cycle of insomnia, bad sleep, and so forth. And the only way to like get off that cycle is to like treat your sleep apnea. That's basically the sad reality of sleep apnea. Like a lot of people go undiagnosed and basically go about their lives not realizing that the reason they can't get good sleep is because they stop breathing in the middle of the night. Um, and that's something that I wish I gotten diagnosed sooner, but I was convinced, oh, it's just snoring. It's not a big deal. Like, no, it was not just snoring. It was like snoring doesn't cause you to stop breathing 70 times per hour per night. Yeah, I appreciate y'all listening. I mean, again, it's important. Sleep apnea awareness, I think, is one of those things that's still um, it's still pretty wild that a lot of people don't know about sleep apnea. And for me, I knew about sleep apnea in my 20s, so like 10, 15 years ago, I knew what it was, but I didn't think I could possibly have it. And yeah, like I blame myself for not being more curious, and I have a lot of regrets, like not getting diagnosed sooner. But at the end of the day, like I got diagnosed when I did, and I'm on treatment now, so my life and my sleep are better now. But yeah, it's just like, man, I really wish I could take some of that time back, but it's not how it works. You basically you're dealt the hand you're given, and you just have to do the best with it. All right. So meanwhile, on the sleep review, pretty much going to be in light sleep for a while. Next sleep phase I want to look at is going to be at 226, and we're going to see some different types of sleep. So I'm actually just going to fast forward. But yeah, meanwhile, if you have any more questions about sleep apnea, oh, Morad, I missed something you said. Your father had sleep apnea and pre-diabetes, and oh yeah, Zepbound. I've heard about that. Yeah, if Ozempic, Zepbound, things like that, like all address weight loss and sleep apnea in a way. Yeah, weight loss is certainly a way to address sleep apnea. Again, it doesn't work for everybody. Like I've been up and down on my weight since getting on sleep apnea. Basically, I peaked at about 230 pounds, and right now I'm like 190, 180, and maybe my lowest I was like 170. But yeah, I've lost weight. All Supreme, thank you for the follow. Yeah, I've lost weight here and there, but like so far none of it's like really like, well, I've well, yeah, I still got some ways to go. My primary care doctor says I still have to keep working at it because, um, yeah, pre-diabetes is right around the corner. Well, type 2 diabetes right around the corner. All right, so I wear the eye mask for pitch darkness so I can fall asleep, and obviously I have the lights on for my live stream. People tell me I it's a bad idea for me to have lights on, and I actually tend to agree with them. It's actually really good advice to sleep in complete darkness, but for me, it's the live it's the live stream is my excuse. Actually, what's actually nice is I can dim the lights to like 33% of the full brightness, and actually the low light performance on the camera is actually pretty decent. So I actually don't have to sleep in like in the complete like brightest light. Well, you appreciate sleep because they, as a kid, they thought you had sleep apnea. Oh, so you got a sleep lab as a kid? Yeah. Well, one of my relatives' kids, they had a sleep lab done recently, and it wasn't sleep apnea or anything, but it was like interesting. Oh, the adenoids. Yeah, I keep hearing about that. So, oh wow, lymphoma. Man, wow, that's a wild story. Well, I hope you're doing better these days. I mean, wow. Um, yeah, the tonsils, the adenoids, like parts of the airway that can be removed. Especially like a lot of people get their tonsils out when they were a kid. In my 20s, I kept getting like tonsillitis, so I asked my doctor if I could like get my tonsils out, and they're like, "Eh," and I was like, "Please." And no, it wasn't gonna. But funny enough, if I had just pushed harder for like surgery back then, I might have actually dealt with my sleep apnea that was undiagnosed at that point. All right. What was I saying? Oh, so the eye mask comes off. So I'm actually gonna zoom in a little bit, not too far, but just going to watch my eyelids. So around 2 o'clock, I'm gonna have like what's called rapid eye movement sleep, and that's the sleep stage that's most commonly associated with dreaming. You can dream in any sleep stage, but it's very common when you're in REM. REM stands for rapid eye movement. So if you look at my eyelids, I did it for a little bit. I kind of just clenched them like here and there. But when you get to like 2 o'clock, we might see some pretty wild eye movement. Oh, all right. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. All right. So 1:30. I'll get fast forward a little bit more. Cool. You can see like wow, yeah. I picked this as the thumbnail because I was like, Macario, thank you. So, oh, what happened here? Okay, let's see what happened. What caused my eye mask to be like off kilter like that? So yeah, you see, even though I'm used to like the Macario, thank you for the wow. So even though I'm used to the masking treatment now, every once in a while I'll get an itch or something, and I'll claw at the mask, and that's why the chin strap is handy there. Like once in a while I'll like claw at it and might like to get the mask off. But here I think I just what I do is why I had an itch, and then my other hand was like, what just took the eye mask off like halfway. It's really quite odd. So basically now I have the eye mask wearing it like a eye patch. Look at my yawn. Alright. So there's my eye mask sort of playing part of of an eye patch. Alright, so I'm gonna fast forward through this. Alright. Okay. So my eye mask is off to the side, and like I said, a lot of people will come into my comments or into my chat and say I'm a dummy for sleeping with the lights on, and like, yeah, I accept that. I do put the lights on for the live streams, so that's why. But like, again, I'm making excuses. It's pretty much one of the top rules of sleep hygiene is to not sleep in is to reduce the amount of light when you sleep. So for most of the time the eye mask helps out, but you see like times like these the eye mask just slips off. All right, so we're probably entering REM sleep soon, so just pay attention to my eyelids. You may see them like start twitching soon. Like they flutter every once in a while, but okay, yeah, that it clenched pretty hard there. I think, yeah, now the fluttering is probably gonna start soon. And chip out of bread, chip out of bread, boy. Thank you for the follow. All right, let's see. So you see how fast the time is moving. That's how fast forward that I am. So we're going about a minute every couple of seconds. All right. So here comes the rapid eye movement. Wow. Okay, so when you see rapid eye movement, you see that the eyeballs actually move underneath the. I'm gonna go one level closer. So apologies in advance. Get to see my little eyeballs. All right. So you see the eyelids move, or the eyeballs actually move underneath the eyelids, and that's what gives rapid eye REM sleep its name, rapid eye movement. So yeah, that's pretty trippy. Like the first time I saw that, saw myself having rapid eye movement, it was like wow, yeah. So basically, it's something you're never supposed to see. You're never supposed to see yourself with your eyes closed, if you think about it that way. All right. Oh, I forgot. I think I realized I just paused the music. All right, put the music back on real quick. Alright, there it is. Alright, so there's my rapid eye movement. I did dream about something last night. Ooh, dang, I kind of remember what it was. Oh, I think I was in a... Yeah, I think I had memories of like... I was at a relative's place, but it was like a completely different house, and I don't know, it was like a lot of this just like integrating little details from my past and just like, oh yeah, remember this, my relative's place, it looked like this, and like, oh man, yeah, it's not a really exciting dream, but it was a, yeah, that was the only thing I remember about dream. Like I gotta remember to write that down in my dream journal later. Actually, I'm gonna rewatch this stream later, so future me, remember to write this down in your dream journal. Yes, that's this. I could just write it down right now, but instead I'm just gonna rely on myself watching this live stream later. Alright, so what sleep phase am I in right now? Let's see, so it's 3:30 on the clock. Oh, sorry, I'm blocking the clock a little, but yeah, okay, so we exited REM, but we're having what's called like deep sleep. We're gonna have like light sleep or deep sleep. And yeah, like I said that REM sleep was the sleep stage that you most commonly associate with dreams, but it's possible to have dreams outside of REM. But for sure, I can say that the eye movement is definitely a lot less pronounced right now. Like it's going at the same speed, but since I'm out of the REM stage, the eyes are definitely not doing that crazy dance they were doing earlier. So yeah, that's gonna be for a while. Okay, so the next moment I wake up is going to be quite a little bit later, but like an hour from now. I'm going to zoom out. I think we're tired of looking. My eyes are stopped doing their little dance. Alright, so it's coming up on 4 o'clock on the recording right now. And at 4:30 about, I wake up. So think about it. So falling asleep at, what was it? So going to sleep basically at easy dub, yes. Since I live stream my sleep apnea treatment, that's the mask I'm wearing and the tube and the machine right here. I live stream my sleep apnea treatment, so yeah, I do sleep with the lights on. They're not actually a full brightness. They're actually maybe like a third brightness. The night what do you call it? The low light performance of the cameras actually is pretty decent. It actually makes it look brighter than it actually was last night. A lot of people say I can just like sleep in pitch black and like have night vision cameras, but that's that's a bit of a waste. Oh, here's another nice thing about sleep apnea. Well, again, sleep apnea treatment is for treating sleep apnea. One of the side benefits. So you see how my weighted blanket? That's a 20-pound weighted blanket over my head, and right now the machine is giving me air, so I can sleep completely under the covers, and I can still breathe because it's basically like I'm snorkeling under the blankets. It's kind of a, again, it's not a reason to look for sleep apnea treatment, but it's a nice little side benefit of it. All right, so we're gonna go ahead to a little bit later at. All right, so around 5:30. All right, so I'm gonna pull ahead for like an hour from now. Yeah, so basically I'll lay like this. All right, so right around here I wake up. So I'm gonna look for the cut. Well, actually, let me see if I can figure out what woke me up, because that's always my question. The question like how to get better sleep is like what actually wakes me up. So I'm gonna pause the music. Sorry if you're enjoying that music. I'm gonna turn up the noise from the live stream recording. I just want to hear. I'm gonna listen to some of these noises, and hopefully it's nothing embarrassing. Like I've caught myself passing gas. All right, coughing is probably more common. All right, so let me see if I can hear what. No, that noise is just me rubbing my face. All right, let me skip to here. There's some noises. Yeah, more rubbing my face. What happens here? I think I just move the blanket. Yeah, so I don't know. Like, oh, that's interesting. Look at that. One of my ears popped out of the mask. So what did I do? What happened here? Okay, let's diagnose this. So, oh, both my ears. My AirPods slipped off. That must be why. Oh, that's interesting. So I noticed my AirPods have slipped off my head. So now I'm exposed to all the noises in the room. So at this point I'm like slightly awake and I'm like trying to get the AirPods back on, I think. I think that's what's going on here. All right. Yeah, I remember this. Now I remember this. Like, okay. Yep. Now I'm awake because I think yeah, that's how sensitive I am to sound. Like, if the AirPods fall off at night, apparently that was just enough for me to like just the sound of like the machine, the sound of like different things going on, like my streaming computer fan, like all that stuff. Oh man, I have everything tangled up too. So my eye mask is like tangled up in my hose. Oh, it's such a disaster. Okay, I remember this was like I just had to like. All right, so I tried to put the mask back on, but it was I don't think it was any use. So let me see. I think I might. Yeah, I think I tried to go back to sleep, but instead I just maybe turn on my side. All right, but I realized I think after that little snafu with the mask, I basically decided, okay, I'm awake. I should just maybe get up, take the entire mask off, and then probably just put it back on again. So that's what's gonna happen right here. I'm gonna wake up completely, and I decide to again. This is footage from my live stream. I pause the live stream, and then you'll see a jump in time. So 6:06, I pause the live stream, and what time do I come back? 6:27. So 20 minutes out of bed, get back into bed. This time I put the mask back on in nice layers so it's all secure. And now I go back in for sleep. So what time does it actually record me falling back to sleep? I fell back to sleep at, let me put the music back on so we don't get this awkward silences. Okay, I fell back to sleep at 6:42. So 15 minutes from now? Alright, let's watch. Alright, so another 15 minutes. Again, I'm derping around the phone, but I'm still tired enough to fall asleep. Pull the eye mask down. Okay, and apparently in the next 10 minutes I'll be asleep. Next 5 minutes. Yeah, I think I knocked out like right about here. I turned on my back, and usually I'll like cross my legs that might have been awake. But apparently after this, I'm asleep. So according to my sleep tracker, I'm gonna be asleep from this point until 8:15. So basically, managed to get back to sleep. Now, if I had not managed to get back to sleep, what would that have been? Like 7.5 hours? But I think I got myself at least 9 hours, maybe 9 hours, 15 minutes of sleep. Again, I would call that a total victory over the night before, because the night before I was running on 5 hours sleep. So that basically, I guess it wasn't hard to like get this much sleep because again, there's this concept of what's called sleep debt, which I don't really subscribe to really, because you don't want to like deprive yourself of sleep and just make it up at a later date. But for me, like, okay, so Friday night, I had no choice. I was gonna get 5 hours of sleep because my social and work schedule is just sandwiching in my sleep. But last night I got to bed and got to sleep in a little bit, and I actually managed to get 9 hours, which I think I can call a victory. All right, so I'm gonna pull the fast forward. There might be one last thing to see now. Basically, it's basically this way until my alarm clock wakes me up. All right, so I'll go over the waking up process. So basically, I have the Nintendo Alarmo. It's actually the third pin video on my TikTok. Is the Alarmo. So basically, it's like a little fun alarm clock that Nintendo came out with. In fact, let me see if I can pull it into frame. Like, it's a little hard to see because it's off camera. It's on my nightstand right there. All right, it's this little red thing right here, and I think at about 8:50, it's going to start making noise. Actually, it might have started. All right, let me listen. Not yet. Okay, so it's gonna make noise soon. Let me pause the music because we'll be hearing Mario Kart sound soon. Maybe about here. Okay, yeah, here it is. All right, so here's the alarm waking me up. So it's Mario Kart. So it's the Twisted Mansion stage music. Sorry. Now, I have a lot of footage of me like not. Oh, so also you hear the coins. Like when you get up out of bed, when it rewards you with like the coin sound. So me moving, it's sensing it, and it's like bing, bing, bing. I reach over and I stop it. Cool. All right, so that's the Alarmo. Again, it's my first um alarm clock. I have backups, but the Alarmo I think is a fun way to wake up when it works. Let's see. Let me put this back where I put it back. Okay, cool. So here's the unhooking up process from the sleep apnea. All right, so basically I took the eye mask off already. I unclipped the mask and I kind of just like tore it off in like one go. Now that's something. So a lot of people who are starting sleep apnea treatment will have problems where they wake up and the mask is off. Yeah, you heard all that Velcro like tearing. That's how hard it is for me to take it off, especially with all that support. So yeah, that was it. So what happened? I went to sleep, or basically around 10 p.m. I woke up at 8:50 with maybe like a 20 minutes out of bed. So there's a little jump cut from here, 6 o'clock to 6:20, and yeah, that was last night, and that was my sleep. Cool. So once again, go back to sleep tracker. 9 hours 6 minutes. I may have found like a couple minutes, so maybe 9 hours 10 minutes, but that doesn't really matter. All right, we'll look into some percentages. All right, so this is the percentages of the types of sleep I got. I got 11% REM sleep, 8% deep sleep, which actually is a little bit lower. Like, so I definitely had a lot less REM, but the night before, those percentages were higher because I just had less sleep to work on. So any amount of REM or deep sleep I had on 5 hours of sleep is going to be nothing or be a lot compared to a little bit of REM and on 9 hours of sleep. So let me see if that has amounts. Oh yeah, okay. So here are the actual amounts. So I had 7 hours of core sleep. That's like light sleep. 50 minutes of deep sleep and 1 hour 12 minutes of REM sleep. Cool. So that's my sleep stages. Alright, I'm just putting this back on because it's a little awkwardly quiet. Alright, let's see what else I have to work on. Alright, so I have some... Oops. These are some miscellaneous respiratory stats. Heart rate, respiratory rate, wrist temperature. Alright, this is my running 7-day average. So over the last 7 days, I've got 7.5 hours of sleep. Here's Friday night, which is the 5 hours. Again, I'm hoping not to repeat that. Not for a long while. I don't think my social schedule. Ooh, Ghost Eyes, you just got diagnosed with sleep apnea. Well, sorry to hear that, but at least I hope you're have a treatment plan started, or have you not met back up with your sleep doctor yet about that? Again, Ghost Eyes, you don't have to share, but yeah, if you're when I was diagnosed, I had a AHI of 70. What was my oxygen level with? I don't remember if I got those stats from my first sleep lab, but my AHI was 70, so that was the big highlight there. Was how often I would stop breathing at night. All right, here's my 7-day average of sleep. Again, I'm inching back. The 7-day average was like 6 hours at some point, so it's definitely been clawing my way back. This 5-hour night is not going to happen again anytime soon, so hopefully just smooth sailing going forward. What else we got? Okay, this is, do I have central? No, I have obstructive sleep apnea. So if you got did you get diagnosed with central sleep apnea? Because that's I don't actually talk to a lot of people who have central, or not a lot of people. Oh wow, all of them. So obstructive sleep apnea is when the shape of the airway, shape of your tongue, and all that contributes to the sleep apnea. Central sleep apnea means your brain also, your brain and central nervous system actually also contribute to sleep apnea. So if you're saying you have both, I didn't realize you could have both, but I suppose anything's possible. Oh wow. Well yeah. You're waiting on your CPAP, so hopefully it gets here soon and you start getting better sleep. Alright, so here's the readout from my sleep apnea machine. This is the My Air app from ResMed. Basically shows you my, oh wow, central genetic, that's interesting. Alright, my usage, 10 hours, so basically had the mask on 10-ish hours, and it was asleep for like 9 hours of it, so that's not bad. I had a good seal, 1.6 events per hour, and 3 masks off, so that's why I don't have 100, I have 99 because I had one too many times having the mask off. So my events were 1.6 per hour, and since I took the mask off 3 times, I was knocked a point. What the Facundo? Have I tried a mouthpiece? Just the chin strap. I haven't tried any type of oral appliances yet. I think I'd have to look into that. I've seen some very specific targeted ads now. Like I see a lot of like targeted ads for like Inspire and anything like that, but like I'm starting to see like oral appliance ads. So I'm like, maybe. I mean, money, right? If I had a pile of money to set on fire for better sleep. So Ghost Eyes, you snored 57%. Wow. And your sleep study was last Wednesday. Jeez. Oh wow. So yeah. Good luck with CPAP. Hopefully, you'll start getting better sleep soon. Yeah. I mean, um, yeah. Just getting the diagnosis is. Yeah. I mean, I've told the story a million times, but basically, I went into my doctor's office like begrudgingly because my friends told me I pretty much had sleep apnea, but I didn't want to believe it. And then basically I went to the sleep lab, and after I was like, yeah, you have severe sleep apnea. I had 7 AHI of 70, so like 70 times per hour I would stop. Yeah, the wife made you go. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it takes someone who cares about you. I mean, like it just sometimes like I'm glad my friends were looking out to me and looking out for me, and I'm just mad at myself for being so stubborn. I should have listened to them earlier. But now events like going from 70 down to like single digits. I mean, it's all the difference in the world. Yeah, so that's basically where I am now in my sleep apnea journey. I've been treating mine for like 6 years, and the last 3 I've been treating them in public. Oh, that's the thing. Usage is not the same as sleep. So you can have it on, but it won't count as usage. So I basically had it for on for 10 hours. So here, let me go back to the time lapse. So basically, I got into bed. I'm old, Dylan. I'm like, I got diagnosed in my 30s, and that was 6 years ago. So I won't say my exact age, but I'm old. All right, so got into bed 9:46, and then got out of bed 8:40. So what? That's about 10 hours. That's how I got 10 hours of usage. But the actual amount of time I was asleep was less than that. I figure I was asleep for like 9 hours, maybe 9 hours 15 minutes. So yeah, the usage is pretty high because I had the mask on for a lot last night. Remember, this only counts it whether you're awake or not. So that's one trick if you want to get for health insurance to pay for it, you have to comply and wear your mask 4 hours a night. Now, I'm not saying to do this because you really want to be treating your sleep apnea, but you could just technically wear your mask while you're awake for 4 hours. Again, probably won't be the most comfortable thing either. Cool. Yeah, that's how I get. Yeah, last night was making up for a really short night of sleep the night before, because basically, the night before, David, thank you for the follow. Yeah, so here's last night. That's 9 hours, but this one right before that's Friday night into yesterday morning. That was 5 hours. Yeah, it was just a really bad circumstance. I was on a road trip, 2 hours. By the time I was on the way home, I was gonna get home at 1 a.m. and asleep basically by like 1:30, 2 a.m. and I had to be up at 7. So bad night of sleep. And yeah, I had some good nights. I have a few good nights of sleep during the week. So again, those are over like 8 hours, but my average has been slowly rising. My this number 7 hours 29 was last week. It was 6.5. So I'm glad. Basically, I'm on the up and up. Cool. Thank you all for the questions. Thank you all for the hearts. 1.6k hearts. Appreciate you all. All right, so again, I'll introduce myself for anyone showing me the first time. Basically, I'm basically live stream my sleep apnea treatment. That's what's going on behind me, and that's the what do you call it, time lapse that's going on behind me. And basically, I come on TikTok Live, just go over the footage, do a little play-by-play, and yeah, just basically describe what sleep apnea is, as well as go over the different sleep stages. I had some pretty wild rapid eye movement, like right around this hour. It goes by real fast, but like boom, yeah. So yeah, that was my sleep last night. Wow, that's a pose. I should have used this for this thumbnail. Look at this one. I gotta admire my face right now. Here, gonna go like 400%. Like, hey, that's a that's the face of someone. Oh man, if I didn't live stream, I would have no idea I made this. I yeah, this has just been a fun experiment. Again, so I've been live streaming my sleep apnea treatment for the last 3 years. So, and basically for the last 3 months on TikTok Live, I've been going live and just discussing sleep apnea. So yeah, if there aren't any more questions about sleep apnea, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the live. Again, thank you all for joining me. All right, what am I gonna do differently tonight? Hopefully, it's Sunday night. I do have to wake up relatively. Yeah, I don't have to wake up at 7, but I wake up at like 8. So I think the best thing for sleep is the sleep consistency. Just aim to get to bed around the same every night. So I shoot to get for bed like 10:30, weekday or weekend. So it doesn't matter. So even though tomorrow is Monday, gosh, it's Monday already. Yeah, I'm gonna get to bed at 10 and then wake up, and then hopefully give myself enough time to get like 8-9 hours of sleep ideally. But if anything, well, again, I made this joke the night before our last live, but like I got 5 hours of sleep on Friday night, and I was like, oh, like with my luck, I'll probably just. So well, the night started off a little rough. I went to sleep, and I woke up an hour in. I'm like, really? And then fell back to sleep, and then slept pretty solidly until 5:30. Got up for like half an hour. But in the end, I still got 9 hours of sleep, so I'm not complaining. I made up for a 5-hour night. I basically slept in. I got out of bed at 8:15, which is that's sleeping in for me. 8 o'clock. Yeesh. Oh man, that's how I know I'm getting old. All right. So I'm going to wrap up the live. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you all for the hearts. Thank you all for my new followers. Again, I'm a sleep apnea vlogger. Check out my TikTok. I live stream my sleep apnea treatment. You can see the link to my channel is in my bio. I also live stream myself playing Pokemon Sleep. If you want to see that, that's over on Twitch. You can find my channel listed under the Pokemon Sleep category. And yeah, here on TikTok Live, I basically go live, talk about my sleep, give a little play-by-play, and review it. And yeah, that's basically the whole deal. Again, thank you all for joining me, and peace out. I'll see you tomorrow morning, likely, for another sleep review. Yeah, have a good one, and hope you all have a good night's sleep tonight. Hope myself have a good night's sleep too. Alright, peace out all. See ya.